Hey guys, so I made an attempt to make a iced coffee candle. So right here I'm cutting up the wax gel. Yes, I'm using a knife and not scissors. I didn't feel like going to go get them. A knife was closer. So I'm just cutting it up into cubes, the Dysons that I like. I actually should have used the little grater that has square cubes, for like the tomatoes and stuff. I thought that probably would have been better, but I'm just here cutting them up into the sizes that I like. It's not hard to cut at all. It, it looks like it was. It's kind of thick and was gel. So I eventually started breaking it up with my hands, and you'll see that in a moment. I realized it was just easier to do it that way. This me just trying to get it to like cubes, like trying to make it even, make it look more realistic. Yeah, it's just me trying to make it look realistic. And then I am making two candles, so that's why I'm cutting up so much. I'm definitely just to cut my little piece that I want to use, then break it by hand, because that ended up being easier. And this is me trying to line the wicks up. That's the double stick pods that came with the wicks. Of course, I would be off camera. Y'all have to excuse me, I'm short. That's me trying to line it up and make sure that it's centered. As you can see, it's crooked, so I'm fixing it. Just making sure everything is lined up and even. It took a couple of tries to get it that way. That's just me putting the wick holder in place to make sure that it stays. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I think the second time it was easier because I got to adjust it how it's supposed to be. This is my first time like making candles. I'm not making them to sell them. I'm making them because I thought it was cute and I love candles. So versus me paying for it, I just really wanted to make them for myself. So yeah, that was a lot easier. And that's just me straightening up the wick. And yeah, I put the little chopped ice in the box. So this is me lining it around the cup. Now what I can say, the next time instead, I think I'm gonna put a little bit at the bottom first, a little bit of the candle wax at the bottom, then add the ice, and then pour some more of the candle mix in it, and then set some ice on top. Because I was going for, like I said, like an iced coffee look. It turned into Bailey's. And then you'll see the end result. The candle smells good. It still smells good. It was given what it came to get, except for the appearance. But you can't. At the end, you'll see what I'm saying. So I'm just filling both of the glasses up with the ice, trying to make sure it's even. That's me breaking it up with my hand, as I was saying earlier. It was so much easier. I'm like, I should have did that from the start. Just cut it into like a breakable piece, and then from there just break it off. It was so much easier. That's me trying to line it up. The wick got crooked. So now I'm ready to pour the soy wax into the container. I had already turned, actually, I didn't turn, the hot plate was already on when I plugged it up. So this just me pouring the wax into there so it can start to get ready to melt. And since I did use a little one, like once it would melt down all the way, if I felt as though it wasn't enough, I went back in and added more. So I added more until it got there, and I had to check the temperature. But I think first I'm adding stuff in. Nope, I'm checking the temperature. So yeah, I'm checking the temperature. I was told that I had to get to a boiling point to 165, and the pouring had to be down to like between 110 and 120. I got impatient. I think it was like at 130, and I decided to pour it in there. So I thought I had messed the candles up, and then I just didn't put enough color in it. So to get the brown that I want, I was told that I also should have did 4 drops of black. So that was my fault. That thermometer would not go down to zero. I think the lowest that it went was 40. So I was like, well, whatever. I just needed to be at a certain temperature. So I was like, it should do its job either way. Yeah, it's taking a long. I didn't realize you couldn't see because of the light. Oh, there we are. It's just showing. Is it 141? Yeah, it took a long time. I had to put it back on the hot plate. You'll see all that coming up. I will suggest, do watch a YouTube, or get advice before starting this. Like I said, I was just doing it for me. It wasn't nothing to sell. It's just something that I wanted to try, and I think I pretty much did a good job at it. That's me cutting it back on. I had turned it off, so that's me turning it back on because it wasn't hot enough. And that's me stirring because I was told you supposed to stir and mix a lot, especially since I think after that initial pour of the wax, I poured an additional 2 times because I didn't feel like it was enough. You wanted a full candle and not like a half candle. So that's me making sure the temperature is where it needs to be. I think I went over the 165, and then once it reached that temperature, I took it off so that it can cool down. In most candle instructions, it says you how many drops of dye, the color you need, as well as the scent. Of course, y'all know, like cooking, I didn't measure anything. I just went with what felt right. So this is me just holding it until it gets um to 165. And for the candle makers out there, if you see this video, please leave your suggestions below. I'm open to all suggestions. Again, as for now, I'm not selling candles. It's not my intentions. I just like candles, and I just wanted to see if it's something I can make since I pretty much make everything else. I actually had fun doing it. The candles didn't take long at all to set. I think within an hour to an hour and a half, it was fully set. It was kind of cold in my house, so it probably set faster than what it usually they say it take about 2 to 4 hours, but yeah, by an hour and a half, it was fully set. So this me doing my due diligence, trying to get it to the 165. It finally made it. So then I removed it from the heat again. I'm stirring, keeping the consistency. I'm moving it up because I actually looked up and realized it was cut off. This was a hot mess. Y'all, the tip to the color was bent. It was bent. I don't know how it came, and I'm showing like how. Like, and yes, I did get it from Amazon, but I'm just like, y'all know me once again. And the cooker didn't stop me. I just popped that little top and just attempted to put the right amount of drops in. Then I end up just pouring into my content. So again, after doing my research on why my candle didn't stay the brown that it was after it cooled off, was because A, I probably didn't put too many drops in it, and then two, I was supposed to still mix the black coloring with it as well to give it that effect. The scent I'm using is Baccarat. I had it laying around, so I was just like, let me just try this. It's a scent that I like. It smells good. The top was a hot mess to this as well. I was struggling to get it off. It's like it'll twist and twist, but it wouldn't come off to the point where the little black rim that's around it actually came off. So all I had was the clear piece left, and I just did the drops that way. So looking at the color of the wax, I thought it was a good color. It looks like tea. Like I said, I was going for iced coffee. Yeah, this is me struggling, like struggling, struggling. I think this part took longer than anything. Yeah, I'm still struggling. At this point, I'm like grabbing rags, trying to use my shirt. Yeah, see, I had to take the rim off. Then it eventually came up, and again, I really wasn't measuring. I called myself, I guess, doing like 8 drops, and then I was just like, it's not, it wasn't given. So I just end up squirting everything in. Because like me, if I couldn't smell it, like the wax is hot, so to me, you should be able to smell your scent. So it wasn't enough. So I ended up going back in and putting more drops. It's me trying not to make a mess because I can be heavy handed and have wax all over the place. Yep, it's me just trying. So I'm just stirring because it said just stir a lot. So I'm just helping with the color and the scent. So I'm still mixing. I'm checking the temperature again after I finish mixing. Yeah, trying to get it back down to now 110 to 120. That shit, I don't know why I was holding it like it was gonna drop. Like I don't know why I just assumed that the temperature was gonna drop very fast. So I was just sitting there holding it. So I probably end up fast forwarding this part. So y'all probably hear me doing a bunch of gibberish for this part. Yeah, so like I said, it took a while. I think I end up going, yeah, I end up starting dinner. So this is like, I promise you, it was only like to 1:30, and I decided that I was just gonna go ahead and pull because I got tired of waiting. Because I started doing other stuff, and I said that candle wax pretty much would have solidified in that canister. So it came out nice. It looked like, iced tea, iced coffee. Pretty much the look that I was going for. So at the bottom of one of them, it immediately started turning white. So I thought that I had messed up. I forgot what they call it in candle making. But then once it dried, I realized, oh no, that was just how the whole candle looked. I had some wax left over, so I'm just looking for stuff to put the other wax in instead of wasting wax. So I end up making a little cake. I have the little mini cakes. So I just end up pouring them in there. I can put them on the wax warmer. Candle melt. And then I had one of them little, they call mouthwash cups. So I just took one of them and the rest of it that was left over, I just poured it in there. And like that can be either centerpiece or something. Or like I said, I probably just use that on the wax melt. So that was good. So I got creative. I was really looking for like a star or a heart that I could have used the extra one for, but the pound cakes worked just fine. That's me just getting that access off the glass. And that's just me trying to clean the vase because it's some wax that didn't go all the way in, and then making sure the wicks are straight in the middle because the last thing you want is a candle leaning. And that's all.